Hey everyone, this video was originally created by me on a separate channel, but unfortunately it is no longer on that channel, so I've decided to re-upload it here. For all of you new guys who haven't been on a channel before, please subscribe if you find this useful. We will be doing more stuff like this in the future, so thanks and enjoy the video. Hey everyone, this will be my multi-part tutorial series on Wii Softmodding. In this first video I'm going to teach you how to softmod your Wii. And in order to do this, you're going to need an SD card. It can be any SD card, regardless of what you might have heard. Some people thought that you needed a 2 GB or less, or an SDHC or a non-SDHC card, but that's not true. You can use any SD card you want. We're using the LetterBomb exploit, so it does not have to be 2 GB or under. It can be anything. I'm using a 32 GB myself. You need a Wii, obviously. You need a internet connection, and your Wii needs to be connected to that, obviously. And you need a brain, obviously. So, another thing you'll need is a way to access your SD card on your computer. Most desktops do not come with SD card slots. However, you can purchase a SD card reader at Walmart or any other store. They're pretty cheap. They're only about $5 maybe less. And they basically plug into a USB slot, and then you stick the USB card in the back. So some laptops have SD card readers built in, but they're not very common on desktops. So find a card reader and or some way to read your SD card, and I guess now we can begin. First, what we want to do is find out what version of the Wii firmware you have, and also your MAC address. So let's go to Wii settings, and then go over to internet. Well, actually, first, your version is right here, 4.3, and then your region code. I live in the US, so mine is U. You need to be on version 4.3. As of now, the latest version is 4.3, so you can use the official Wii updates to get to that version. You can update your system right here, Wii System Update. Now, as for your MAC address, you can get it right here, console information. Mine is going to be blurred out because there's actually an exploit that allows you to ban someone if you know their MAC address, or their Wii MAC address. So don't share this information. It's actually quite dangerous if someone else had skills and they knew your MAC address. So just keep this up on the screen or write it down on a piece of paper, and let's go over the computer. Okay, now that we have our MAC address, we're going to go ahead and put our mod files on our SD card, and then we're going to do the exploit. So I've provided a mod file package in the description below. Go ahead and download that, and we're going to put all of those files on the SD card. This package is prepared specifically for the Wii version 4.3, so do not use any other type of Wii. If you have a Wii that's not on 4.3, go to a different tutorial or update it, because you can literally brick your Wii if you try something that does not work on the lower versions. Okay, so update it or get out of here. Anyways, let's go ahead and drag those files over to our SD card. Before you drag the files over, though, we're going to want to make sure that this is file system FAT32. So make sure it says FAT32. If it doesn't, you can format it by right-clicking and doing format. This is Windows only, by the way. If you have something else, then you can use a format tool. You can get those on the internet. So FAT32, 32 kilobyte unit size. Volume label, name it what you want. I go with Wii because it's recognizable. Go ahead and start. It'll be pretty fast if it's a new SD card, but if you have files on it, then it'll go really slow. By the way, you should back up your files beforehand, because otherwise they'll get cleaned off. Sorry. And it'll take a few seconds to transfer those files, but once they're on there, then you're good to go. Now we're going to do the exploit. Open up your favorite browser and type in please.hackme.com, and just put in that MAC address right here, and then select system menu version matching your region. I have 4.3U. Unclick bundle the HackMe installer. We already have that, so unclick that, and then type in this CAPTCHA in order to prove that you're not a robot, and then cut either the red wire or the blue wire. That doesn't matter. It's just a clever ruse on their part. I've already clicked one of these, and it gave me this. It's a LetterBomb zip, and it provides you a specifically created file for you called private. And you want to drag that private folder over into your SD card. And once that's in there, you have all of the files you need to now mod your Wii. That exploit basically just sent a message to your Wii, and we're going to go and open up that message and exploit your Wii right now. So I'm going to transfer right over to my Wii. Okay, so now that we're on our Wii, let's go over to the messages, and the message should show up either on the day that you do the LetterBomb exploit or the day before. It's based on time zones, really. It could have showed up 2 weeks before also. That's a glitch I've seen a couple times. But here it is. This is what it looks like. It's a bomb and a letter. It looks a little daunting, but it's completely safe, so go ahead and press A. And it basically boots up the elf image that's on there. Okay, so what you want to do is install the homebrew channel and then BootMii. So go ahead and install the homebrew channel by clicking yes, continue. It's going to take a couple seconds. Then go to BootMii. And this is important. Do not install it as iOS. Do not. Make sure you install it as boot too. That's important. Success. So now we can return to the main menu and exit out because we have installed BootMii and the homebrew channel. And this is what the homebrew channel looks like. As you can see, you have a few apps already on here that I've included in the package. We need these. So we're going to run a few right off the bat and get those out of the way. The first one is the iOS 236 installer. If you want to know more about how iOSs work and what exactly they do, check out the description. Like I said, I didn't want to go over it in the video. It's just too much. It's a mouthful, and it's not really that important. So just roll with me on this. Right, so now that the iOS 236 is installed, you can go ahead and delete that because you'll never need it again. Or rather, now that the 236 is patched. And now we need to, let's see what's next. I guess we can install our WADs. Yeah, let's do that. WADs are another thing I've included in the description below. That they kind of shows you what those are. So go to WAD Manager and press the press A on the dot. That'll take you out of this folder. And we can just go ahead and install everything within the WAD folder because all of those WADs are necessary. So just press the plus sign on your controller to select the entire folder, and it'll bring you to this screen and show you that they've all been selected, and then press A to proceed. Alright, so the WADs have been installed, so just press any button to continue and back out of this, and now press home to go back to the homebrew menu. Okay, so you can go ahead and keep Multi-Mod Manager because you may need it in the future if you want to install WADs later on, because there are some pretty useful WADs out there. Once again, description will show you what those are. Okay, WeFlow, we're not going to get into that right now. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to play games off of a USB drive using WeFlow. Preloader, let's go ahead and install that. Load it right up. Press the plus sign to install it. Mine is already actually installed, so it was much faster, but yours may take about 5 minutes. It just depends. Okay, so now that you have Preloader installed, go ahead and delete it. And, because that was just the installer, so you might as well delete that. This simple iOS patcher, it just does the job of the iOS 236 patcher we had, so we can just delete that. That was like an alternative, basically. HackMii installer, you might as well keep that. This basically launches what the LetterBomb exploit launched. And it'll let you uninstall the homebrew channel and BootMii if you ever don't want that anymore, if you ever want to unmod your Wii, so to speak. So just keep that, just in case for the future, you know. And all this you want to keep. So let's press the home button to go back to our Wii's home screen. Okay, so this is the Wii home screen. As you can see, you now have two new channels. The USB loader channel, which allows you to play games off of your USB loader, aka Wii Flow. This basically just launches Wii Flow, and nothing else to it. And this launches the Homebrew channel, obviously. Now, if we hold down reset on our Wii for 4 seconds, then we'll be brought to preloader, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. That way we can set up system menu hacks. So, hang on a moment. This is the preloader menu. And we want to go down to system menu hacks, and basically enable all of the ones I've enabled here. Region-free everything, block disk updates, which is a safety measure, remove no copy save file protection, auto press A at health screen. That basically gets you away from that because the health screen is really annoying. Why do they even have that? Move disk channel, block online updates, and replace health okay, that's kind of weird. It's supposed to replace the health screen with a black screen, but for some reason save settings is like layered over it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save settings and get out of here. And another thing you want to do is go to let's see, not set password, not that. Go to settings, auto boot. You can change this to your homebrew channel. That way your Wii automatically boots to the homebrew channel. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I prefer that. And there's tons of other settings you can mess with, but I'm going to go ahead and just do those two. Return to the, let's go to BootMii now. Click on BootMii iOS. Okay, and this basically is a software that allows you to back up your NAND, and it has a couple of other features, but mostly it's just for backing up your NAND. And we're going to go ahead and back up our NAND right now. This is basically a safety precaution, just in case for the future, if we ever need to, if we ever have an emergency. So we're going to go ahead and back up our NAND. If you don't know what a NAND is, I've also included that in the description, so check that out. Now, this BootMii thing is kind of wonky. In order to navigate it, you can use a GameCube controller, or you can use the power and reset buttons on your Wii. Now, I know that sounds weird, but you basically press the power button to move over one of these 4 knobs, and then the reset button to select them. So just press the power button 3 times to move over the configure one, and I actually have to walk over and do that, so hang on a second. Okay, now we're going to be reading from the NAND and putting onto our SD card, so select the first one using reset. And it's going to be backing up our NAND, and this actually takes a very long time. I mean, I'd say it takes between 5 and 10 minutes, probably. So I'm definitely going to cut this part of the video basically all the way to the end, so see you then. Alright, I'm going to start back up right here. It's verifying my NAND backup, but I don't really care to do that because I already have a backup. But in your case, you are going to want to finish verifying. So just let this run until it's done verifying the backup. If you get any bad blocks, that's not a bad thing. Those are actually quite common, so don't worry about it. And once this is done and it's verified, just restart your Wii. And take the SD card out, plug it into your computer, and the files you need to back up to your computer, save them somewhere on your computer for future reference if you ever need them. You need to take the BootMii folder,